Uh, I'm doing all right.
Yeah? How
Yeah.
has your week been? Tell me a little bit about your week.
Um, well, I I work full time at my church. I'm the office manager there, and work has been busy. Um, I answer all the phones and I answer the door and I do the bulletin and inserts and posters and I'm kind of like at the hub of the office. So I'm kind of like the communication link, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
everybody will come in and they'll say, "Hey, is so and so here or so and so there?" And I connect everybody and
Yeah.
yeah,
You're just like
it's
Captain
challenging.
Hospitality. You're doing great.
It's challenging at times. It really is because not everybody lets me know where they're at or
Yeah.
where they're going or when they'll be back or so yeah, a lot of times I'm kind of left in the dark and don't know what to say to people. Well, yeah, I don't know. He'll be back sometime.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have a lot of information you have to keep track of on a day-to-day basis.
I do. And it's kind of interesting because I think that the people in my church just think that I'm kind of that girl. Like I am the answer girl. So like I'll get random phone calls. I got a phone call this morning at I don't know, 8:30 in the morning. I was actually cleaning my dad's house and it was somebody from my church that had a question about something. And so it's a little sometimes I feel like, I need to set better boundaries. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So you still like what you do? You like being able to be in the center of everything? You like where you are?
I do, I really do. My church is like a family to me, so it's a very good atmosphere to work in and it's Christ-centered, of course, so we pray for each other and we're very forgiving.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I really enjoy my job. But I have had to learn how to set certain boundaries because, like Sundays, I have a hard time with Sunday because I'm a worshiper. I like to come in and, have this mindset of worship. And people don't necessarily respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like they've got their own thing that they're after or whatever, and they don't mind interrupting or um like they think that I should be on all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I am on the clock all the time. And it's like, no, I'm worshiping the King of Kings. I'll talk
Right.
to you tomorrow. Yeah. Um, so yeah, that's been a little bit of a challenge. I actually started coming into the sanctuary through a back door
Mhm.
because if I come through the foyer, I'm just bombarded. People are just, hey, can you do this for me? Or can you get that for me? Or, hey, do you know what this is for? Or, So I had to kind of start sneaking in basically.
Yeah.
So,
How does your do you report to like the pastor or do you report to like a staff? How does that work?
well, my pastor is actually my superior. He is my boss.
Okay.
I also am the assistant to the youth pastor, so I kind of have more than one job at the church,
Yeah.
and I also run the clothing ministry.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it. I think that's why I get bombarded so much because I wear a lot of different hats in the church, and so yeah. But so I answer first and foremost to the senior pastor
Mm.
and then to the youth pastor and then to everybody else.
Yeah. Do you think that's something that you can bring up to them or talk to them about and say, hey, I really would enjoy this time to be with God and just to spend this time with Him on Sunday mornings to allow a certain amount of time? Is that something that, you can talk to them about or?
Yeah, as far as my superiors go, they are totally fine with, hey, that's your day off. You're not, you are not on point. Um, but it's difficult to draw that line because I'm kind of like the face of the church. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Like I represent not only Christ, but I represent the church. And so I try and tread carefully there because I don't want to offend anybody or seem like I don't care, I don't care what you've got going on. I got my own stuff going on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I try to be careful with that. And I mean, there has been instances where I've just told people plainly, hey, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to call me tomorrow during
Mm-hmm.
office hours, and I can certainly help you out with that. But right now I'm here to worship, and just be real with them in that aspect, and the same with like my phone. I've had to learn to, I don't have to answer every phone call. I can let it go to voicemail. And if it's important, I can call them back or if it can wait, it can wait.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just so that I can have some space, some personal space and not feel like I'm always on point. So, yeah, I think part of it is I have a hard time like I'm my ministry I guess is helps.
Gotcha.
So I'm always helping somewhere or something. Even today I went and helped with the bridal shower at the church and like I'm involved in the we have a recovery group at our church, and so I'm involved in leadership with that, and I sing in the band, and then I started singing in another band with another recovery group, so got that going on too.
Sounds like you're busy.
Yeah, so it does. It keeps me busy. So I'm like, okay, I've got to kind of learn to say no. I've got to learn to say, okay, what are my priorities here, and
Right.
what can I put aside? And a lot of it is just going to the Lord and saying, God, where is it you really want me, and what is it you want me doing? Because I would just do as much as I could squeeze in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm that girl. So
Yeah.
and people know that. So, so they'll come to me and they'll be like, hey, can you help with this? Can you help with that? Right now I'm my my boss, the senior pastor,
Mm-hmm.
put me in charge of this. We are partnering with another church. They're doing they call it the Blessed Fest. And it's
Okay.
like a community outreach type thing. And it's like a back to school type thing where they're giving away backpacks and all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so for our part, for our church, our pastor decided that it would be great to have a back to school clothing store
Mm-hmm.
at this Blessed Fest. So he put me in charge of the clothing store for the
Ah.
Blessed Fest. So I've been trying to figure out what that looks like and how to manage that and how to get enough people to run that.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow, that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to announce that to the church and kind of put the vision out there for what it is. I had a girlfriend loan me a couple clothing racks, and we've actually put them on the stage
Okay.
in the sanctuary. And of course, they're empty now. But, you know, I told Pastor, I said, one of the disconnects that we have in our congregation is that they don't get the vision of what we're doing. You know, it's like this thing out there and they think somebody else is going to do it, you know. And it's like the empty racks are significant at this point. You know, hey, we want to fill these racks, we want to bless the community, you know. And as people start bringing things, we'll hang it up on the racks and they'll be able to see, you know, oh, look at that, you know, we've got all this stuff that we're going to give to these kids that are in need, you know. And so, I mean, I love what I do. I've got a passion for it, but it's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It just sounds like you're very multi-talented and God's blessed you with so many gifts and passions. And it's really cool to see that. So I wanted to wrap up our time today. Is there anything else you wanted to get off your chest? Is there anything else you wanted to talk about or?
Boy, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. You've been very helpful. You've let me kind of I feel like I've kind of thrown up on you, but
no, absolutely not. This has been great.
So thank you.
Of course. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.